It is our attitude about work that changes the entire experience. As we work, we should be learning. We should find new ways of accomplishing what needs to be accomplished. As we work, we should be finding solutions. There are so many problems. Each day is a set of problems that need to be solved. We start tackling one problem and then we move on to the next problem. There is always a solution. Sometimes the solution means not doing anything. Welcome to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast. I am your host, Jerald Simon. I am the founder of Music Motivation and the creator of the Cool Songs Club. Today's podcast is titled, Work is Wonderful. And isn't it wonderful that we can work? Work is not a bad thing, but unfortunately, for many, it has become a four-letter curse word. And sadly, too often, people either don't want to work because they are lazy, or they are afraid to work because they don't yet understand the results of work. Work is wonderful because of the desired effects and results that it brings. It strengthens us. It enlightens us. Work empowers us. We become better for having done the work. We feel a greater sense of accomplishment. We have a greater appreciation for what we have because we have worked for it. If we are given free handouts in life, if someone is paying for us to do whatever it is we do, then we feel a sense of entitlement, and that is not a good thing. We feel as if everyone else should do work, and we should not. And there are people out there who believe that everything should be fair and equal, but they believe, and unfortunately, mistakenly believe, that they should be able to receive all of the benefits, even if they don't work. They should be able to enjoy the fruits of someone else's labor, and they feel as if they are deserving merely for existing. Now, there is a wonderful work ethic. It is something that can be learned and it can be taught, but we must learn how to work each and every day, how to do our best work. It's about putting ourselves out there. It's about stretching. It's about believing in our own abilities and capabilities, and as a result of doing so, not only do we progress and improve, but the work we do, it helps us and it helps those around us. Work is not a four-letter curse word. Work is wonderful. For the positive perceptions portion of this podcast, I would like to read from my book, Perceptions, Parables, and Pointers, and this is found on page 22. Let me read this. Increase your talents. To be completely honest, you can do anything if you want it badly enough and are willing to pay the price. You are talented, but talent alone can only take you so far in life. You must learn how to work. It takes a lot of work to help someone be extremely talented. Develop a good work ethic. Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. It's just as important to work smarter as it is to work harder. I'll move on to the next paragraph on the page. It says this: determine what you want to do in life and then do it. You should wake up each morning refreshed, energized, and excited to face each new day. You should happily welcome the work you do each day, whether with your family, your job, your career, schooling, business, or recreational and leisure activities. It should be a delight to do what you do. If it is not, something needs to change. Either your attitude needs to improve and you need to be more optimistic and positive, or you genuinely need to reevaluate your life and make some big changes. What is your mission in life? Why do you do what you do? What are you not doing right now that you'd like to do? What would you like to learn, know, see, do, become, experience, share, give, teach, and provide to the world? How will you do what it is you need and want to do? And let me read the last paragraph on the page. An idle man dreameth of glory, while a wise man, putting forth the hard effort, glorifies in his dreams being fulfilled. Remember, we learn more from a lifetime than we ever possibly could in a lifetime. Now it's about work. It's about learning how to work and learning how to work hard. See, we need to work, not only doing physical work, but mental work. The mind is a muscle. The brain is a powerful entity. We need to think smarter. We need to work harder. Sometimes working smarter does not mean working harder, because we can think about the work that needs to be accomplished. If I can accomplish the same amount in 1 hour that it generally takes someone 5 hours to do, then I am working smarter and working harder, because I am actually trying to accomplish more in 1 hour's worth of time. If I can accomplish what it takes another individual 5 hours, then think about what I could accomplish in 5 hours or 10 hours. Part of that is about not only our work ethic, but it is about our attitude. We can be positive and we can be negative. We can look at work and think it is the most wonderful experience we've ever experienced before in our lives, or we can look at work and think that it is a waste of time. Now, this does not mean we will enjoy all of the work we do. Some of the work we do, we will thoroughly enjoy every minute of it. And, unfortunately, other work we do, we will not enjoy it. But if we do it grudgingly, and we do not do it willingly, then the work becomes tainted. The work, unfortunately, will not be our best work, because we have put on corrupted lenses, where we see the work as a woeful situation and not as a wonderful experience. Even if we do something that we dread doing, even if we feel as if the job being done will lead us to despair, if we can do the job willingly, if we can try to do the job happily, and sometimes it's just getting through the work and finishing the work and the task at hand, but if we can do that without complaining, without bickering with those around us, or without quickly trying to go through the motions, if we will do our very best work, if we will think creatively, if we will work effectively, if we will put into practice what we have learned and what we have even preached to others, then we will be able to find how wonderful work can be, because we will find the good in everything we do. You can learn something from everything and from everyone. Even if you learn that you don't ever want to do a job like that again, then you will learn what you must do to find something else you can do. For the Motivation in a Minute portion of this podcast, I would like to read from my book, Perceptions, Parables, and Pointers, on page 172. This is what it says. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. And that is by Calvin Coolidge. For the Music Within portion of this podcast, I would like us to listen to New Age-ish. This is from my album, Sweet Serenity. Listen to the piano part as it moves up and down, and listen to the dynamics of this piece. For the Poetry That Motivates portion of this podcast, I would like to read Work a Little Harder. This is a poem I wrote on page 53 of my book, The As If Principle, Motivational Poetry. Listen to this. Work a little harder than you did just yesterday, and stay a little longer with friends who stop to play. Play and work go hand in hand. They're a pair, a duo, a team. First we must work, and then we can play. And that is how we should live each day. You see, work is wonderful. We need to change our attitude. If we do not enjoy working, if we dread each day because of the work to be done, then we need to change our attitude. We need to find the fun. There is an element of fun in everything that must be done. If we can find the fun, if we can look for the good, if we can bring out the best of whatever situation, whether it is the worst situation ever, we can find the best life lessons to learn in everything we do. As we work, as we learn how to work, it's not about working from sun up to sundown. We do need time to play. We do need time to have fun, to be with friends. It is not about working your life away. We must take time to have meaningful and memorable experiences with our spouse, with our children, with our families. So it's not about becoming a slave to work. It's about learning how to work hard, to work day in and day out, to find time to play, to find time to rest, to find time to learn. It is our attitude about work that changes the entire experience. As we work, we should be learning. We should find new ways of accomplishing what needs to be accomplished. As we work, we should be finding solutions. There are so many problems. Each day is a set of problems that need to be solved. We start tackling one problem and then we move on to the next problem. There is always a solution. Sometimes the solution means not doing anything. At other times, the solution means moving on, forgetting about the past problem. But again, this is all part of work. Work is wonderful. Even when we experience moments of madness, even when we experience frustration and heartache and pain and sorrows and suffering, work can change us. And if we change our attitude about work, then everything we do will be done to the best of our ability. It will be done with purpose, intentionally. We will learn and grow from everything we do, and we will help those around us who may be struggling as well. Memorize the saying, work is wonderful, because it is. Work is a blessing. It is an opportunity for us to stretch and grow. It is an opportunity for us to experience good times and bad times. Work is wonderful. Teach it to your children. Learn it. Live it. Have that be a motto. That first we work and then we play, and that is how we should live each day. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Do your very best work today and each day. And as you move from day to day, you will see that the work you do is helping you improve not only your work experience, but your character, your family life. You will be living life. And that is the experience we all want to experience, where we get up each day. We're excited to face the day. Don't dread each day. Don't feel as if you are falling deeper and deeper into despair. We all can help each other. We can strengthen each other. We can be a resource for each other. And we can help each other find the best in work. Sometimes our work is finding work. Sometimes we are unemployed, where we don't have a job, and we are trying to figure out what we want to do for work. Sometimes we are in school, and we are learning what we would like to do with the rest of our lives. That then becomes our work. When we are going to school, we will give it our all, do our very best. That becomes our work. If we don't have a job and we are looking for work, that then becomes our work, where we are trying to contact employers. We are trying to network. We are trying to get our foot in the door, meeting with prospective employers, trying to research and find out what we would like to do, what companies are the best companies where we can be the best employees if we are an employee. Or maybe we'd like to create a company of our own. We would like to be an entrepreneur. Again, every day we can see the good. There are problems, but every problem has a solution. Even if we don't see it yet, there is a solution for every problem. So work is wonderful. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. See you guys. Bye. Subscribe to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast with Jerald Simon, to receive updates about each new weekly podcast. Every Monday, a new podcast is released to help motivate and inspire individuals to learn, to grow, to do, to be, and become the very best they can become. These are all motivational messages that inspire men and women of all ages to do and be their best, to set goals, to work on improving who they are and who they would like to become. Thank you again for listening. Connect with us on social media to become part of the conversation as we all work together to motivate each other to do and be our best. Thanks for listening to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast. I am your host, Jerald Simon, and I am grateful to have you listen to this podcast. Every Monday we come out with a brand new podcast, and you can listen to it on any of the podcast streaming sites available. Just search for Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast with Jerald Simon. Any of the music that I've shared in these podcasts, you can listen to. All of my music is available on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Amazon, and any streaming site available. You can also check out my music books at musicmotivation.com, and you can find my poetry, self-help, and motivational books available from Amazon.com, from Barnes & Noble, and from all different online shops and stores. If you have any questions about the music that I create through my company Music Motivation, you can learn more at musicmotivation.com, and you can visit my website coolsongsclub.com to learn more about how I create fun, cool piano music that helps motivate piano students to want to play the piano the fun way, especially during their teenage years. I'd love to have you check that out. But thank you again for listening. Please feel free to connect with me on any of the social media sites out there. You can watch my YouTube videos on youtube.com/Jerald Simon. You can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all social media sites at Jerald Simon. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, keep up the great work and have fun. See you guys. Bye.